Okay, so we're going to do the thinking questions. This is where I think the most people had some struggles with. So the first one we're going to do is the parking garage. I'm going to do a quick drawing of it here, just so you can kind of see how you would have approached it. And we've got a longer one here. Some people only gave me the 6-meter ramps, and some people gave me both. And some people said they didn't know how to do it, and that's totally fine. So we've got these ramps that go down, right? And then at the bottom, it's like a smaller ramp because it's only 6 meters. And so we know that from this side to this side is 12 meters. And from here, okay, it's not the greatest of reasonable drawings. But we know the distance between here and here is 15. So a lot of people were like, okay, but it doesn't look like a right angle triangle. But it does, because what you're seeing here is this. Side 1, leg 1 is right here. We're looking at the ramp. So we're looking at the hypotenuse being here. And then we can just kind of say that this bottom line will just come across, because we know from the distance from here to here is 15. So I didn't draw them the greatest, but sorry, let me draw this. That line is very confusing. Sorry, guys. It's actually from here to here. So you're looking at it like that, right? So you know that it's 12, it's the height of it is 12, and the horizontal part is 15. So let's solve for the 12-meter ramps, okay? So for the 12-meter ramps, we're going to plug it in. We need to know the hypothesis. So we're just going to plug in the numbers 12 squared plus 15 squared, because again, 12 is the height, 15 is across, equals c squared. 12 squared is 144, and 15 squared is 225, and that gives us c squared, and we get 369 equals c squared. We're going to square root that, and our 12-meter ramps are 19.2 meters long, okay? For our 6-meter ramps, all we're doing is we're going to replace this 12 with a 6. So we're going to do 6 squared plus 15 squared equals c squared. So we're going to do 36 plus 225 equals c squared, which gives us 261 equals c squared. C equals the square root of 261. And then c equals 16.1 or 16.15 or 16.2, one of those two. So that's the ramp one. So go back and look at it on your own time and just kind of see how you would look at it now and solve it. The other one that I think gave people some trouble, and it's okay, the thinking questions are the hardest ones, so it makes sense. So the questions was this: two squares, square A, or point A, and point B. And what they were asking you was to tell me the shortest distance from here to here. So if you looked at it as two different squares, you're going to get confused. But if you just looked at the squares being a triangle and the shortest distance being that by hypotenuse, it makes it a little bit easier. But you had to figure out what was the distances. So it said that the largest square had a perimeter of 36. So we know that the perimeter is all the sides added up, right? 2L plus 2W, 2H, so 2 length plus 2 height. So I look at 36, and to figure out the perimeter, I have to divide it by 4. So 36 divided by 4 is, anybody? It's 9, right? So I know this is 9, this is 9, this is 9, and this is 9. Okay, so I know that my height is now going to be 9. So I'm going to add that here, 9 squared plus. It said that the area of square B or area of the smaller square was 9 centimeters squared. Well, we learned this already. How do I find out what each side is? Well, I square root it, right? Because to find the area of a square, you do side one squared, right? So side squared. So the square root of, so that would be 3, 3, 3, and 3. So what do I know here? I know that this part for my horizontal is actually going to be a little bit different. Now I'm going to erase this perimeter part so you can actually see. Here's where you need to do some thinking. If you know that from this side to this side to the end of this first square is 9, and the smaller square with horizontal is 3, you know that the entire thing is 12, right? Because the 9 plus the 3. So I'm going to write 12 squared here. So I hope that you're seeing that what we did. We said the perimeter, so we found the height. And now because I had the horizontal extends, it's kind of like the mountain that we did, right? The cable car activity. So thinking about looking at 1 and then adding that second block. Okay, and we need to know this line right here. So 81 plus 144 equals c squared. 81 plus 144 is 2. Mr. Berger, come on. Show your students that you don't need a calculator. I need a calculator, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's 225. Oh my goodness, this makes it easier. C equals the square root of 225. I like when there's perfect squares. So C equals 15. So it's 15 is the shortest point. So those are the thinking questions from our quiz. I'll just talk to you about your communication questions right here, right now, as part of the thinking part. The only other one that people struggled with was the Pythagorean triplets. And they were asking about, like, how do I know if it's a Pythagorean triple? And you were given a set of 3 numbers. So you were given 20, you were given 48, and you were given 54. Right away, you should identify that this has to be the hypotenuse. So all you got to do is square this and square this and square this. If this side's number equals this side's number, then you know it's a Pythagorean triple. If this side's number does not equal this side's number, you know it's not a Pythagorean triple. Okay, so that's the review of the show, what you know. I'm going to post the lesson for today right after this.